is the start of wonderful things and a sign of prosperity. A group of individuals, bearing the hopes of many, dug a path of dreams in the limitless darkness. They are a ray of light in the darkness, bringing the sunshine of hope to the Hualien-Taidong region. Located from Wuhe to Sanmin, the new Zichang Tunnel project is a key to eliminating the rail transportation bottleneck between Hualien and Taidong. The tunnel has a total length of 2,667 meters and passes under the Wuhe Terrace in Ruisui Township. However, the geological stratigraphy of the Wuhe Terrace is complex, consisting of intermixed layers of gravel, schist, and silt. As a result, work on the Shaoba Tunnel and the old Zichang Tunnel was adversely affected by silt. The dual-track new Zichang Tunnel project got underway in 2010. Although a geological survey informed engineers that the century-old problem of silt still remained, the topography between Hualien and Taidong limited railway routing options. It was decided to move the track further to the west, which would reduce the length of track passing through the silt section. These are all instances of silt, the persistent enemy of construction personnel. Because silt's fine particles are highly adhesive, it creates a soft mud when it encounters water. The disturbance caused by excavation in a tunnel project will weaken the geology. When groundwater seeps in, it will soften the silt layer, and the tunnel's working face will be unable to withstand the increase in weight. The result will be settlement or deformation, and cave-in may occur. Apart from the challenge of soft mud, while the old tunnel has a cross-sectional area of 37 square meters, the larger new tunnel has a cross-sectional area of 120 square meters. The fact that such a large tunnel must pass through a silt layer has greatly increased the difficulty. The new Zichang Tunnel project has involved simultaneous work on northern and southern faces. More than a year after the start of excavation, workers near the southern portal encountered a silt barrier, and the silt layer was 300 meters long. Facing this problem, the engineering unit first used the bench-cut construction method together with conventional grouting. However, large-scale deformation occurred near the southern portal in June 2011, and ceiling settlement reached 140 centimeters. Less than 1 month after emergency repairs, the tunnel ceiling caved in again, with settlement of 100 centimeters, and the ground surface also underwent settlement. The silt particles in the silt layer are very fine, which increase the difficulty of conventional cement grouting, as well as controlling tunnel deformation. The engineers switched to chemical grout during the second stage, but the geological strength was still insufficient. In September, settlement of 100 centimeters occurred. Problems with mud and attempts to combat it consumed an entire year. As a result, workers made a mere 22 meters of progress throughout all of 2012. The difficulties posed by the silt made the veteran engineers working on the tunnel concede that this project was even more trying than the Xueshan Tunnel.
实在这边水太大，而且这边的土质实在不好去做。万一你稍微动一下，这个土质就流下来，然后有时候我们就把开外面封起来，然后去喷浆。有时候我们钢骨都会倾斜，有时候质保都会弯，有时候会断这样。
It is said there are no tunnels that cannot be built, only people that cannot build them. Not about to give up lightly, the construction unit engaged domestic and foreign experts to inspect the tunnel site and finally adopted the central pilot tunnel method. Together with geological improvement, this method offered a way of overcoming the problem of soft mud. The central pilot tunnel method involves initial excavation of a small tunnel which reduces the working area, lessens disturbance, and eases silt settlement pressure. GFRP core reinforcing was used prior to excavation. GFRP pipe roof was then used for geological improvement to consolidate soil around the excavation zone and stabilize the soft silt. Excavation of a central pilot tunnel began after stabilization of the geology, and invert arch closure was used to increase support of the working face. With the central pilot tunnel stabilized, enlarged excavation was performed in an upward direction. These were performed repeatedly to complete excavation of the tunnel. After adopting the central pilot tunnel method, thanks to the small tunnel cross-section and good stability, initial tunnel deformation could be controlled adequately, as could the amount of deformation after enlarged excavation. This success marked a major technological breakthrough in tunnel construction in Taiwan. Despite improved progress, compared with the monthly progress of 60 meters achieved by most tunnel projects in Taiwan, use of the central pilot tunnel method and enlarged excavation still only allowed 6 meters of progress each month. As a result, tunnel excavation remained an arduous task. After 3 years, tangible results were finally achieved when the central pilot tunnel of the new Zijiang Tunnel project broke through on October 20th, 2015. While the breakthrough of the central pilot tunnel was a happy event, project personnel cannot relax and must face the task of excavating the lower half of the tunnel cross-section. Because the lower half of the tunnel also involves silty geological conditions, the short bench-cut excavation method is being used. Reinforcement and geological improvement must be performed before employing short-step excavation. After digging a certain distance, the invert arch method must be used to increase support for the tunnel's base and walls and prevent deformation from affecting progress. Loud noises, muddy ground, dust everywhere, and the possibility of bursting groundwater, inrushing silt, or even cave-in at any time. In this difficult environment, a group of anonymous figures move back and forth in the tunnel. With a black dome above them, they toil to dig further. When we follow them to the tunnel portal, the darkness gives way to a dazzling ray of light.